Hello everyone. So today's topic for our webinar is role of digitalization in traditional businesses. So first of all, we will talk about what exactly is the family business. Family business. Traditional family businesses often understood as businesses managed by more than one member of the single or dominant families. These are the foundations and engines of many economies in Asia. Some of the most successful family businesses have become large multinationals and established household names in the region. So now why digitalization? So digitalization refers to the adoption or increase in use of digital or computer technology to transform the business or improve its performance. The rapidly evolving digital economy, technology changes, and forces of globalization promise to have far-reaching consequences on the business models of the typical family business. So, uh, please proceed for the next slide, please. Yeah. Digitalization, adversities or opportunities. Let's have a very say basic information about what exactly we are talking. So let's say everyone is selling products online, looks for right time and right opportunity to enter the market. And a lot of traditional businesses who never thought that they would sell products online have shifted to the online platforms these days. So then now we come to a question, what are the main challenges according to you for any businesses? I would like everybody to just write down according to your what exactly you think should be the main challenges. Please write down in the chat box so we can discuss about it. You can just type 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, whatever you feel like. So it's just for an idea. What exactly do you think should be the main challenges according to you? So why we are taking this basically? Why we have taken up this question? So we just wanted to know exactly what sector you are like. You all are into different sectors, and everybody have different businesses. So everybody thinks that their challenges are different as per their requirements. So in the end, we will discuss about these challenges and we'll detail out all these things according to the right. So next we have what exactly are the challenges for family business. With the rapid changes in the commerce and technology, family business are faced with new sets of issues and challenges. Businesses are seen digitalization, innovation, and manpower as these three major concerns. Family businesses tend to have a closed ecosystem for generating new ideas centralized amongst key individuals. Most of the family businesses considered innovation as conceptualizing and introducing new products, services, or business models. Like what do a large steel manufacturer or a textile manufacturer and a construction company have in common? They are all traditional businesses in India that are making digital transformation as their largest investment focus now. These trades have historically kept their focuses on stabilized, sustainable sources of renewable and profitability. When it comes to digital transformation, however, many are unsure of the biggest way forward. Digital transformations for traditional businesses such as these are a major exercise in change management. Now let's take up construction as a business and why transformation or digitalization is important. Why I'm taking this? Because see, I am an architect and I can very well understand and explain you all these sectors very easily. So what exactly? There are five trends that will shape construction projects if we talk about digitalization. Next generation 5D model designs, information modeling, BIM. So these are the major concerns for industrial revolutions. You talk about 3D modeling. Whenever you design a building or whenever you do a construction modeling, whenever you have a 3D model in your hand, you get to know each and every detail of that project. Future proof for design and construction, designing and materials which are renewable, which are economical and which are way more advanced than the previous materials like AAC blocks and other materials which are energy efficient as well. Internet of Things and advanced analysis. See, analytics is very important in all the businesses you talk. You talk about any manufacturing business, you talk about any services, you talk about any construction line, you talk about any material or any businesses you are into. So if you have a good analytic analysis of the businesses as you say software analysis or anything, so it will give you a very advanced results out of it. Digital collaboration and mobility, moving to paperless projects from the office to the workspaces. And last is the higher definition surveying and geolocation. So we talk about surveying and leveling in the construction techniques, in construction lines. So there are a lot of digital mapping and estimating which is done through digital techniques and digital equipments. Next, please. So why are we talking about these, and how you can assess your market? Like what is the main importance of doing this? So do surveys. How you can assess your market? You can take up surveys on Facebook, which are a very good source. Then what is the customer behavior and how to reach them? To what centric our brand is roaming, like what exactly where your brand is lying and how you want to access it and how you want to advance it. And then is the product customer dependent or brand dependent, whether your product is whether your product is customer dependent, whether the customers are dependent on your product or your product is dependent on the customers. So now we come up to the next segment where Gagan will take up the further proceedings. Gagan?
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Yeah, hi. My name is Gagan, and I welcome you for today's webinar. So can I have a hi from everyone? I can't see many of the chat box roaming around. So everybody on all the platforms, Facebook, yes, wow, thank you so much. Yeah, Zoom, YouTube, yeah. Oh, we have maximum on the Zoom. The Facebook people are a little lazy. Hi, Facebook people. Can we have a hi from you? Yeah, we have some likes and hearts. Chalo. Okay, so good evening. My name is Gagan, and we'll just move forward with the topic. Thank you, Guneet, for a wonderful webinar. Okay, so I'm further discussing the same points that Guneet had discussed. So I'll just divide it into 4 sections, that how a traditional business should keep in mind when transforming from their traditional businesses. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Okay, we'll start. The first point that I have finalized is winning the internal battle. So how does it happen? So I'll just take an example from my own transformation. So जब हम लोगों ने अपना business शुरू किया था, so there was a lot of problems. The traditional family business is more or less a distributor run network. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि मतलब we as a producer, we have distributors across India or probably across the world, and then they have a retailer, and then there is a consumer. When we were shifting to online, so ऐसी बहुत सारी problems थी जहाँ पे हमें distributor को भी खुश रखना पड़ रहा था, retailer को भी खुश रखना पड़ रहा था, and that was our main hassle. So we thought that how do we overcome all these things? सबसे पहले I got my insight from one of my competitors. I was strongly watching them. तो when I saw कि उन लोगों ने शिफ्ट किया और बहुत सक्सेसफुल हुए, तो हम लोग अभी तक क्यों नहीं कर पाए? हालांकि वो उनकी जो कंपनी थी हमारे बाद शुरू हुई थी और वो ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म पे बहुत पॉजिटिव हो गए थे. So what we did was we followed them and kind of you can say copied them, and we were very successful in their format. उन्होंने क्या करा कि उन्होंने अपने प्रोडक्ट का एक फिक्स सेलिंग प्राइस कर लिया. उसमें क्या एडवांटेज रहता था कि अक्रॉस दी प्लेटफॉर्म अगर कोई रिटेलर के पास आ रहा है, कोई होलसेलर के पास आ रहा है, अगर वो कंज्यूमर है और एंड यूजर है, उसके लिए एक ही प्राइस रहेगा. सो दैट वाज द एडवांटेज कि हर ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म पे आ रहा है या किसी भी डिफरेंट इंडिया मार्ट पे हो गया, अमेजोन पे हो गया, उसको एक ही प्राइस मिलेगा, जो बहुत मेजर हमें एडवांटेज मिला. उसके बाद हमें क्या एक इशू आ रहा था कि होलसेलर्स कह रहे थे कि हमारा मार्जिन कहाँ पे है, रिटेलर्स बोल रहे थे हमारा मार्जिन कहाँ पे है. So what we did was कि जिस एरियाज में जिस सिटीज में जहाँ पे फिक्स होलसेलर्स थे, जो वहाँ की सेल्स थी, ऑब्वियसली जब हमने प्राइस कंज्यूमर का फिक्स कर दिया तो उनका जो शेयर था प्रोपोर्शनली अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेल्स वी केप्ट इट वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट, और हर बंदे को उसका शेयर जरूर पहुंचता था। हमारी पहली प्रेफरेंस ये रही थी कि जितना भी अपना से हमारा जो भी ऑनलाइन ऑर्डर्स आ रहे हैं उसको अगर हम ऑफलाइन ही डील कर सके। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मेरे को आज न्यू दिल्ली से ऑर्डर आ रहा है, उसको न्यू दिल्ली वाला मेरा रिटेलर या होलसेलर डील कर ले तो नथिंग लाइक इट, इट्स बेटर टू डील थ्रू हिम। 1% उसके बाद अगर स्टॉक की अनअवेलेबिलिटी है, हो सकता है बिकॉज ही कैनॉट, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ आइटम्स, लॉट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, वो हर आइटम को नहीं स्टॉक कर पा रहा, कोई आउट ऑफ स्टॉक हो गई है, तो उस केस में हम लोग क्या करें? उस केस में हम लोग उसको डायरेक्टली अपने एंड से सोर्स करते थे, एंड अगेन द कमीशन यूज्ड टू गो टू द कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग पर्सन। मेजरली इन फैक्टर से आके हमें बड़े इजीली और बड़े कंफर्टेबली वी वर एबल टू सेट दिस नेटवर्क। आई गॉट अ वेरी गुड एग्जांपल। हम लोगों ने, आई वाज रीडिंग अबाउट रिलायंस इंश्योरेंस, इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज में बहुत सक्सेसफुल रहा। जैसे जब हम लोग अपना ऑनलाइन जा रहे थे तो बहुत सारे नए कस्टमर्स आ रहे थे। आज की डेट में अगर हम फेसबुक देखें, फेसबुक पे वी हैव 2.5 बिलियन मंथली यूजर्स, यूट्यूब में मोर देन 2 बिलियन यूजर्स हैं। तो इतना यूजर डेटाबेस है, तो वो हमें जो रिटेल से या डायरेक्ट होलसेलर से नहीं मिल सकता है, तो वो अब हमें एडवांटेजेस था। रिलायंस का मैंने एग्जांपल रीड किया, और क्यों मेंशन किया, क्योंकि रिलायंस जब ऑनलाइन अपनी इंश्योरेंस में गया, उनका बिजनेस 4-fold हो गया। तो आज अगर वो एक सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ बिजनेस अपने ऑफिस से कर रहे थे, अपने एजेंट्स के थ्रू कर रहे थे, वो कंज्यूमर्स ऑल टुगेदर एक नए आ गए एंड डिफरेंट सेगमेंट, और उनका बिजनेस इतना एनहांस करा कि उनके एग्जिस्टिंग प्लेटफॉर्म को भी इफेक्ट नहीं करा। सो दैट वाज द एडवांटेज. So that's how we won, and I would suggest you can also win. So these are the points for your later reference, what we just discussed. Okay, so second point is building a culture for digital natives. Okay, अब हमारी कंपनी में जब ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस है उसमें काफी पुराने लोग हैं, कोई 10 साल से 20 साल से, और वो ऑब्वियसली टेक्नोलॉजी अडेप्टिव नहीं है, उनको बहुत ज्यादा कंफर्टेबल नहीं है लैपटॉप्स पे, कंप्यूटर्स पे, ऑनलाइन मीडिया पे, इवन ईमेलिंग पे। तो इन लोगों को हम कैसे सस्टेन करें और अपने ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल जो ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस है उसमें इनको कैसे हेल्प करें? मैं 2011 में जब अपने बिजनेस में एंटर कर रहा था, तो आई गॉट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ट्रेवल टू बॉम्बे। तो हमारे जैसे मेट्रो सिटीज हैं उनमें बहुत एडवांस्ड है, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा ओपन अप है, रादर देन मतलब अगर हम अपनी टाइप 3 सिटीज की बात करें, तो आज जो बॉम्बे, दिल्ली, बैंगलोर के लोग हैं उनका एक थॉट प्रोसेस अलग है, विजन अलग है, बिकॉज दे आर फेसिंग एवरीथिंग, द लाइफ इज लिटिल फास्टर देयर। तो मैंने मेरे अंकल हैं मिड 60s में, आई सॉ हिम बैक इन 2011, ही वाज यूजिंग नेट बैंकिंग, ही वाज पेइंग हिज टैक्सेस ऑनलाइन, he was even using the websites like eBay, Snapdeal. So I was very surprised. मैं बोला यार, somebody in his mid 60s अगर वो बंदा कर सकता है तो हम लोग क्यों नहीं कर सकते? Why can't we do it? So I thought कि जी, how can we inculcate the same thing in our business? So सबसे easiest और सबसे safest option है कि हम एक senior leader hire करें, so that वो सारी community को handle करे, हमारे पूरा digital transform को manage करे, और एग्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स को स्किल करें। कोई भी, मतलब इट इज नॉट टफ, इट इज वेरी बेसिक। मतलब हम कुछ भी सीखना चाहते हैं, इट इज जस्ट आवर हेजिटेशन कि हम लोग वो सीख नहीं पा रहे हैं। आज हमने एक मतलब स्विमिंग सीखनी है, अगर हम स्विमिंग पे एक कंफर्टेबल होल्ड बन जाता है, तो हमें जो नॉन स्विमर्स हैं उनको डर लगता है ये इतना इजीली कर रहा है, वेयर दिस पर्सन कैन कंफर्टेबली डू इट, इट्स ओनली दैट यू गेट द स्किल ऑफ दैट पर्सन। तो उससे बहुत इजीली ये चीजें कंफर्टेबल हो जाती हैं। मैं जब अपनी बात करूं, मैं अपना बिजनेस एक्सपैंड कर रहा था, कुछ नई परमिशंस ले रहा था लोकल ऑफिसेज में, तो बहुत ही टीडियस सा जॉब था। लोकल जाए, पोल्यूशन बोर्ड हो गया, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड हो गया, तो एक इंडस्ट्री को रन करने के लिए आपको बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर, मतलब उनके थ्रू जाना पड़ता है। तो उस केस में हमें क्या करा, उनके बहुत सारा पेपर वर्क होता था, सारी फाइल्स बनती थी, एंड मतलब एवरीथिंग वाज वेरी बेसिक बैक देन। और उस केस में हमें एक हरासमेंट भी होती थी, बिकॉज एक टाइम गेनिंग प्रोसेस था, और प्लस एट सर्टेन लेवल कोई ना कोई गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय हरास भी करता था। बट इफ यू सी टुडे, करंटली विद द सपोर्ट ऑफ पंजाब गवर्नमेंट, आज हमारा सारा कुछ सिस्टम ऑनलाइन हो गया है। इफ योर डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर राइट, इफ योर सिस्टम्स आर राइट, इफ द थिंग्स दैट यू आर डूइंग आर परफेक्टली ऑन ट्रैक, तो कुछ भी आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी। आप अपने डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपलोड कीजिए, उनको अपना ऑनलाइन अपनी परमिशन अप्लाई कीजिए, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी कंफर्टेबल डिजिटली। सो दैट इज द एडवांटेज. I hope the points that I'm saying are getting little clear. If you are getting that, can you just type an IG in your chat box? Yeah, I'm expecting from all the platforms, Zoom, Facebook, just type an IG if you're getting the points, what I'm explaining, if they are comfortable. In case you want me to repeat any of the points, I can repeat them for you. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so we'll move down to next slide. Okay. सो अब ट्रेडिशनल बिजनेस में क्या है कि वंस वी आर रनिंग, बहुत सारे जो बेनिफिट छोटे फॉर्मेट में, बड़े फॉर्मेट में, अगर एक ट्रेडिशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क से चल रहे हैं, उसमें देयर इज नो आइडिया ऑफ फेलियर. सो व्हाई इज देयर नो आइडिया ऑफ फेलियर? बिकॉज हमने एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर को मटेरियल बेच दिया, उसने रिटेलर को दे दिया, उसने कंज्यूमर को दे दिया. तो वही कंज्यूमर 99% आता है जिसको प्रोडक्ट लेना है और वो प्रोडक्ट से सेटिस्फाइड है या ब्रांड से सेटिस्फाइड है या उसको उस प्रोडक्ट की जरूरत है. Whereas डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में ऐसा नहीं है. डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में बहुत चीजें डिफरेंट होती हैं. डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में हमें वी हैव टू गेट यूज्ड टू द आइडिया ऑफ फेलियर. देयर इज अ फेमस कोट बाय बिल गेट्स आल्सो दैट सक्सेस इज अ लवली टीचर. इट seduces स्मार्ट पीपल इनटू थिंकिंग दे कांट लूज. सो हमें ये माइंड में लेना पड़ेगा बिकॉज हम इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग कस्टमर डेटाबेस पे जा रहे हैं. तो जहाँ पे हमारा बिजनेस इंक्रीज हो रहा है वहाँ पे हमें प्रॉपरली अपने प्रोडक्ट को वेरीफाई करना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज ऑनलाइन जब जाएंगे तो बहुत सारे लोग हैं, उसके रिव्यूज चेक करेंगे, उसके फीडबैक्स देंगे, एंड दैट विल बी पब्लिक. वो हर बंदे को ओपन होगा. हमें जो ऑनलाइन सर्विस से हमें रिजल्ट्स आएंगे वो ऑल टुगेदर चीजें वो डिफरेंट होंगी. तो ये चीजें हमें थोड़ा यूज टू होनी चाहिए एंड वी शुड बी लिटिल कॉन्फिडेंट इन दैट फैक्टर. अगर हमारा प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है, हमारी स्किल अच्छी है और हम जो चीज कर रहे हैं वो ऑन राइट ट्रैक है, तो हमें किसी चीज से घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है. बट जो फेलियर है, आई वुड नॉट से एग्जैक्टली इन टर्म्स ऑफ फेलियर, बट हर चीज की एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी आनी चाहिए हमें. मतलब ये नहीं है एक ग्लैमर वर्ल्ड या एक फिक्टिशियस वर्ल्ड में रहना चाहिए कि जो हम बेच रहे हैं वो बिल्कुल सही है, हर बंदे के सेटिस्फाइड है. आज हम Amazon की बात करें, Amazon से हम प्रोडक्ट मंगवाते हैं, इट हैज अ 10-day रिटर्न पॉलिसी. सो उसमें क्या है कि मतलब कोई भी प्रोडक्ट है आपको नहीं सेटिस्फाई हो रहा है, इट कम्स बैक रिटर्न टू यू. सो यू शुड नॉट बी disheartened if that happens to your company or to your product. It is just that there is still a chance that the person opted for your product. It came to his house. There might be different reasons के क्यों नहीं पसंद आया, उसका पर्पस सॉल्व नहीं हुआ, but still you are in discussion and you can obviously go to the feedback, study them and improve your products according to them. So the last point that we are identifying the right areas for digital intervention. Okay. So transformation जो होती है, it is not like कि हमने एक डिजिटल मार्केटिंग ऑन कर ली और हमारी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो गई. हमने आज एक फेसबुक ऐड शुरू कर ली, इंस्टाग्राम ऐड शुरू कर ली, तो हमारी मार्केटिंग हो गई. एक पेजेस बना लिए तो हो गया. बहुत अलग अलग सेगमेंट्स में हमारी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है. अब आज की से पहले जो बैंक्स थे वो सारा मैनुअल करते थे, लेजर्स मैनुअल करते थे, ट्रांजेक्शन्स मैनुअल करते थे. आज सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो रहा है. उनको एक लॉग शीट्स बनानी पड़ रही है, उनको अपना सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करने पड़ रहे हैं. सो बिसाइड्स डिजिटल मार्केटिंग, इट्स हाउ वी ट्रांसफॉर्म आवर बिजनेस इन टर्म्स ऑफ इजीनेस. हम उसको आसान कैसे करते हैं अपने लिए. आज हमें कोई हमारे रूटीन में हमें अटेंडेंस रन करनी है, हमें अपने इंडस्ट्री में लॉक शीट्स रन करनी है, उनको हम कैसे करेंगे. सो वी हैव मेनी टूल्स नाउ, मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर अवेयर, बट मतलब इट विल हेल्प. अगर किसी को नहीं भी पता, यू कैन जस्ट सर्च ऑनलाइन और कम बैक टू अस. जैसे गूगल शीट्स हैं, गूगल फॉर्म्स हैं, जिससे आप फीडबैक ले सकते हो, अपना डेटाबेस बना सकते हो. बहुत सारा क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग आ गई है जिसमें आप अपना डेटा सिक्योर रख सकते हो. उसमें कोई चिंता नहीं है कि आपका कहीं पे डेटा लूज हो जाएगा, कोई अपना प्रॉब्ली कहीं फायर इंसिडेंट गॉड फॉरबिड कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन आ जाए जहाँ पे आप डेटा को लूज कर सकते हो, अपने फिजिकल बुक्स को लूज कर सकते हो. एंड देन इट इज अ वेरी बिग हैसल के उसको प्रॉपर्ली अलाइन करके बैक टू ट्रैक लाने में. सो इट इज ऑलवेज इजी टू कीप थिंग्स ऑनलाइन एंड transform our business in that matter. So now we'll see how things transformed during this COVID. Like most of us are facing problems in our business in day-to-day life. So बहुत लोगों ने आज की डेट में भी इसको improve किया है और उसको online गए हैं. I would talk about my dad also. He was not at all comfortable banking online because उनके अपने hassles थे, अपनी limitations थी. But now with no option now going to the bank, most of the people are opting for online banking. Engineering, teaching, we have a lot of examples within the city of Amritsar also, Brightland School, Tulis Academy. These people are now going totally online. Angels Paradise, even a kindergarten or even a senior level school, they are opting for online teaching. So that's the need of the hour and that's how the digital transformation is happening. फूड एंड सर्विसेज की बात करें, जोमेटो स्विगी से हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा ऑलरेडी अवेयर हैं. बट हम लोग इतना ही जानते थे कि वो रेस्टोरेंट डिलीवरीज करते थे, फूड डिलीवरीज करते थे. बट द नीड ऑफ द आवर वाज ग्रोसरीज, एसेंशियल आइटम्स. अब किसी को अपना टेस्ट बड्स पे नहीं जाना था, बट उसको एटलीस्ट था कि मेरे घर में बेसिक ग्रोसरी की डिलीवरी आ जाए. Zomato and Swiggy were smart enough. They tied up with the government authorities and immediately updated their applications during COVID. And we were very thankful to them. And I think it helped most of us and everybody around the globe, probably, and India, I'm sure. इवेंट्स की बात करें, बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट ने अब कोविड में रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया कि नो गैदरिंग्स, नो पब्लिक गैदरिंग्स, तो हमें वो इवेंट्स को ऑनलाइन करना पड़ रहा है अपने मैसेजेस में. वेरी गुड एग्जांपल इज राइट नाउ दैट वी आर हैविंग आवर वेबिनार्स आल्सो ऑनलाइन. We used to have physical events till February, March, mid, and we were even planned for good events in April also, but we had to cancel everything, and then we had to update ourselves accordingly. जितना भी हमें अपना मतलब we needed for the virtual event, and that's why we are today sitting on Zoom. That's a very good platform. Cloud computing भी बड़ी बहुत लोगों के लिए काम आई है, because while expanding online सबके लिए डेटा सेव करने का बहुत मेजर इशू था, दैट वेयर डू वी कीप स्टोर देयर डेटा, कहाँ पे कितनी देर रखें, उसकी सेफ्टी क्या रहेगी, एंड कितनी हार्ड डिस्क खरीदें, हार्ड डिस्क की लाइफ क्या रहेगी. सो क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग, गूगल ड्राइव और ऐसे बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हमें ड्यूरिंग कोविड हेल्प कर रहे हैं. Okay, so let's have a small poll with everyone. आप लोगों की digital transformation inspire हुई नहीं हुई? I would request the host to please share a link on Facebook, Zoom, and other platforms that we are live right now, so that we can have a quick poll from people, and let's see what inspired their digital transformation if they are part of the traditional business. So Saib, if you can hear me, whoever is hosting the event, can you please share the link so that we can have the reviews from people? Okay, so it's just taking a minute. So, okay. So now you have the link.
Yeah.
So digital transformation was very important for everybody, and probably most of the people had transformed before also, some during certain situations also. हर बंदे ने अपनी नीड और अपनी जरूरत के हिसाब से उसको मैनेज किया, एंड आई थिंक हर बंदे को इट हैज हेल्प्ड आल्सो, बिकॉज इन सर्टेन सिचुएशन यू जस्ट कांट पुट हैंड ऑन हैंड एंड सिट बैक होम एंड थिंक दैट योर बिजनेस इज ओवर. सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल फाउंड दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी. Okay, so Rajat, Nisha Singh has shared that link. Can you please just open that link? It's a Google form. It has 3 basic questions. So it has just been shared on Facebook and other platforms also by Mr. Rajat Singh. And on the Zoom platform, it is by Saib Preet Singh. So please open it, and we can have a live view right now. Let's see that what inspired your digital transformation. So you'll have just 15 seconds to fill it up. It's just 3 basic questions, and I'm sure it will not be tough to read them and just go through them. So that will help us understand. So, Kanav, are you managing the review? And we'd like to see the screen also once we have some reviews. Okay, so, okay, thank you. So please fill the form by Rajat Singh so that we can just get a quick survey on what is it? The first question is, what transformed you? So CEO is the head of the company, you can consider that. CTO is the technical officer. So who was technically handling your company initially? Did that person help you to transform digitally, or was it your owner who wanted to transform it digitally, or was it the situation, the pandemic, the COVID, that helped you to transform it digitally? So you can just click on any of the 3, and respectively, there are 2 more questions that you can just answer. Okay. So we have the responses coming up. Oh, yeah, thank you so much. There are 6 responses already there. So it's okay. Okay, so CTO, none of the technical officers ever recommended. So either it was from the owner's side, or either it was from due to the COVID reason. When it came to the challenges your organization faced in digital transformation, so yes, we have the responses are still coming up. We have 7 now. Okay, can you just drive it a little lower?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so challenges your organization faced in digital transformation. I think funds was not an issue, but resistance to change. Yes, that's what transition is important for our traditional businesses. And I'm sure because it is tough to change that mindset, but it's a very normal example. For example, today we are driving a manual car, and we are hesitant to try a automatic car because everybody or most of the people have that fear in mind. But once you are comfortable with that culture, so manual now looks tougher. So that's how the situation changes. Same as with digitalization. So once you're adapted to it, you will find the traditional systems. So you will see that why were we so much late? It should have been much before what we did. Can we just see the last one, Kanav? Challenges your organized faced in the digital transformation. Okay. Most effective tactics to drive organization. So this is just a live review coming up. So 11, 12, 13 reviews have already come. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing that. Okay, so clear digital strategy roadmap. So a lot of people, most effective tactics. Okay, so once you have a clear strategy, so like 72% people shared that. Once you have that strategy, once you know it in which direction you go, and once you start for it, obviously it's a good journey and it's very successful journey for your platform. Okay, can we just come back to our presentation? So thank you so much, people, for your responses. It was wonderful, and you can even drop your questions in the comment section. We can reach back you in case any problems after the event. We'll now come back to our running presentation. Okay, so this was a generic respondency on need of digitization. So again, like you people said, so this was the overall public review that we found that it was applicable, that 56% people were not applicable for a business of a size and scale. So they thought कि जी हमारे business को जरूरत नहीं है, किसी और की जरूरत को चल रही है, तो हमारे काम में तो बिल्कुल भी ऐसा काम नहीं हो सकता. बट ये बहुत बड़ी गलतफहमी है. मैं आपको क्लियरली बता दूं, हर बिजनेस के लिए डिजिटलाइजेशन जरूरी है. बिकॉज अगर आप उसको नहीं करेंगे, किसी ना किसी लैग पे आपका कॉम्पिटिटर, आपके जो पैरेलली बंदा है, वो उसको कर लेगा और वो अपनी जर्नी में आपसे काफी आगे निकल जाएगा. और जब भी हो सकता है, अभी नहीं, 5 साल 10 साल बाद जब भी आपको इसको करना पड़े, you will realize कि हमने बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लूज कर दिया है. It was always better to do it now rather than taking it forward. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Now, Kanav will discuss the behaviors that can be distilled from business transformation. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kanav.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So there are different behaviors that can be distilled for business transformation. So I'm just taking you through basic 5 points that are very important for whenever you are planning to transform your business, or whenever you are planning to switch from one thing to another, or adding new things in your business. So I've stated 5 points with different examples which you can relate to, and then I think all the points would be very beneficial for you. So first and the foremost point is overcome resistance by creating a galvanizing mission for the organization. Normal mindset of a person is whenever a person joins a traditional family business, so there are a lot of challenges coming against opposition and people in the company who are not comfortable with the change. So that is the biggest factor that stops you from transforming your business. So for this, a strong mission, a strong goal needs to be drafted, and you should have a very positive approach towards that case. Whenever you have a very positive approach and you aim towards something, you can get it, but you should not be blindly optimistic in that case. You should know your risk-taking capacity. For example, if you have 10 lakhs of funds or 15 lakhs of funds, you should calculate properly your risk-taking capacity and then invest in whatever you want. I think 90% of you are 99% of you are not aware about how Netflix started and what was it. Please, can you write it in the comment section if anybody is aware about how Netflix started and how what they used to do when they started way back. If somebody has an idea what they used to do. Okay, so I'll just explain what they used to do, because I don't think anybody is aware about that. So Netflix started as they were selling DVDs by mail. And I think no one was aware about that. And then they shifted to live streaming video content. So these are two different transformations, how they transform from one thing to another. But in 2013, CEO of Netflix, they had a very strong mission where they want to take their company 5 or 6 years down the line. And they wanted to produce their original content that could win Oscars. So in that case, they shifted, they had a strong goal, they had a strong mission, and now we know where Netflix is. They have their original content. Everybody wants to collaborate with Netflix. So it's a biggest example which strongly implies that you should have a very strong mission or goal. Whenever you plan to do something, you should be very sure about that. Second point is, a lot of people in our community also or in Amritsar can relate to this, because whenever the second point is, don't be afraid to let go of the past, because whenever we are planning to do something new, we are always scared about the thing, like we have our company, hamari purani company ka kya hoga, we are in this business from so long, what will people think about it, how difficult it is going to be to adapt to the new situation, how are the things going to be. But I don't think it's very difficult, because once you are sure about this, once you have a focus about your future, you can leave your past behind. Strong, like the biggest example I can state is Siemens, as electric power was a core business for them for 140 years. And they generated approximately, around the numbers are there, $30 billion and employed 80,000 people. But they had a strategic shift from energy industrial manufacturing to digitalization. And now you can't even imagine, they have approximately around 385,000 employees employed across 200 countries. So that's, I think that's a live example, and you know from where they have taken and where they are. So you should never be afraid about changing one thing or adding new thing in your company. It's all about, you should be sure about what you're doing. You should have confidence in yourself and just transform. Third point is very important: core capability to enter new growth markets. I think this is the best point where you can relate to COVID, because a lot of people, they transform their business from one thing to another using their techniques what they had. Like if somebody is in medical line, they can transform the medical, they can transform their business, but seeing the opportunities where they have. So in this case, I think you should be very sure about your growth market. You should take the advantage, because you're already in the market. You have your loyal customers, you have your relations with good customers, you have your strong market hold in the company. So you should see different opportunities. So in this case, I think Fuji Films is a very, very strong example of this, because I think when we were young, everybody had in mind that whenever you talk about camera, the first thing was Fuji Films or Kodak, because both the companies were photography centric. But the main thing is Fuji Films found the right opportunity to use their techniques in the right opportunity, because they had the right market at the right time. So they shifted to healthcare products and medical imaging company, where they use their photographic techniques. And now it's a live example. Fuji Films is one of the biggest companies, and Kodak filed bankruptcy in year 2012. So I think this is a live example where you are sure about, when you see good opportunities where you need to invest, you can do it on your end. Digital opportunity via new platforms and business models, because most of the traditional businesses, they are not sure about how they have to do it online, how they are doing everything, how they have to manage different platforms. So in this case, once a person is sure about how digital platform works, and frankly telling you, digital customers are twice as profitable as the traditional customers, because once you get in this line, you can see, you can directly reach your clients directly, and you can give the new products. So I have my own example. Like I founded a company by the name of the Weave Company. So what we did, we had a family business. We used to manufacture textiles. So obviously it's very difficult to sell cloth online. Like no one would buy a fabric online without feeling it. So we had to add some edge over that. So what we did, we started making products out of that. So what we did, we made different products using our fabric, and then what we made different portals online, Instagram. Then we had our website, and now we are out with different range of our products using the same fabrics. It's only the edge. We are using the same fabric, and it's just the online platform where we are selling, and we have a very good market of all across the globe, and it's not restricted to India now. Second big example in this case is DBS Bank. So DBS Bank, you know what, earlier when we used to do banking, when we were young, so it was always going to bank, taking out money, doing transactions. But DBS Bank launched their world's largest application protocol interface. So this was the time when bank came into practice, and it was that was the time when bank was awarded as one of the biggest banks and bank of the year in 2019. So this was the best time, because whenever you are planning to do anything digitally, you should be sure about that. And if it's the right time, you'll be awarded for that. You have to have it. The idea should be different, because then only it can succeed. And the last and the most important point, because you know what, there are a lot of barriers when you're innovation. There are a lot of barriers, because when you are planning to innovate your business, when you are trying to add new ideas, there's lack of internal culture, because if it's your family business, there are a lot of people in the same line from past 30 or 40 years. They would stop you from adding new innovations, because for them, it's the same idea. It's very difficult to invest money and get the things online. So you have to be very sure. You have to have, as the first point stated, you have to have an edge. You have to have a strong mission about that. The resources are very limited. Some people are very resistant to change, and then how the technology and development are moving, you are not able to move with the pace with them. So all these factors are very important, and that play an important role in this. But you should not stop. You should keep moving, and growth should never stop in this case. Whenever you want to innovate, there are two things what I feel are most important in that case. The first one is you should be curious to know, and you should be curious to know what the new product is, the innovation in the market, and how you can implement that. The second is customer obsession. Because once you have a customer market, once you have a very strong market, you should continuously add value to your customer, because customer experience is what is more important, because feedback plays a very important role. So adding value to customer experience is amazing. So we have two giants in this. I can quote the example of Amazon.com and Alibaba. So Amazon.com added Amazon Web Services. So these are two different lines, but they innovated and they added to it. Alibaba is the second biggest example. Like, you can never imagine, they had their roots in e-commerce and internet service company, and now they're everywhere. They have financial services, digital media, to early health, early sport, you name it, and they have it. So it's all about innovation, right time, and how you implement the thing. So once you have a positive approach, you should manage your funds, apply practically. You should be, once you're sure about your product, then only you can convince other people in that. So I think that's all from my side. We are open for question answer round now.
Thank you so much, Kanav. Thank you so much, Guneet ji. Thank you so much, Gagan ji. Kanav, I would request you to kindly, please, if you can stop sharing your screen, because we can see the presentation. Yeah, that's better. So guys, we will be starting with the question answers now. So if anybody have any questions, can start. I guess you guys had, your presentation was good enough, because जो आप लोगों ने बताया, आप तीनों ने जो आपने एक्सप्लेन किया, बहुत ही अच्छा था. क्योंकि आज के टाइम में जिस तरह से कोरोना है, सबको डिजिटलाइजेशन की बहुत जरूरत है. प्लस टू ग्रो ट्रेडिशनल, इसके बाद से we need the digitalization part. So that was an amazing webinar from three of you. So
Thank you.
I would request Gagan sir if he can share a little of his experience, how he came in the, I mean he joined and उन्होंने क्या किया, कैसे step लिया. Though you have already explained, but आप थोड़ा और डिटेल में हमें बता सके, तब तक क्वेश्चन आंसर्स भी आ जाएंगे.
Okay, so जब मैंने business join किया, I was very hesitant कि मैं join करूँ या ना करूँ, because my background is a computer engineer and I wanted to gain some experience at job and little be on the self-independent side. So getting me back to the city and working was little on the emotional side from the family. So once I was back, so I thought, okay, now since you are in the city and close to the family, so there's a big advantage. But then you have to do something what makes you happy and something that is engaging with the existing system. So I started up with 2-3 experiments. This was not my initial choice in joining the traditional family business. So I was of the opinion that I should do something on my own and give that stand where startup, what we say. But both have their own advantages. So startup altogether has a different thing, and following a traditional family business is altogether a different thing. So because it has its experience, it has its invested couple of years coming from a grandfather or a father or maybe more generations than that. So all had that advantages. So I experimented with, I started up with an oil making unit where we had to produce oil from waste tires. So it was a very innovative unit and very successful also. We were the first one to install it. With the help of my friend, we installed the machinery in Amritsar only, and we started the production. We were first of its kind of unit where we used to basically melt tire, you can say, because the tire is made up of hydrogen and carbon. So once you melt it at a certain temperature, so it releases, it decomposes, and you can kind of condense those hydrocarbons and create different levels of oil from it. So it was a very good alternative to furnace oil, and we gave a good competition in the market then, and all the products were sellable with good advance payments and as per the pricing what we demanded. But unfortunately, due to some government regulations and policies, we were only able to run it for 6 months. So that was a very disheartening moment because I would say there was our R&D was also not up to the mark, but the government support was also not very good in that terms, because even after taking the permission from 13, 14 departments then, and getting a permission from the governor of Punjab to run that unit for 5 years, but then they always have a clause that for the public interest, you can revoke it at any time. And we kept on fighting for that, and there were a couple of court cases also, and learned a lot of experience during that. And it was a demotivating time also, because I thought there's no point working in a city like Amritsar because there's no support from the authorities around. But then it took me some time to realize that you kind of have to adapt to the system and little be leverage it. You don't have to be very fussy on all the things. So you have to let go certain things and adapt to a certain kind of format that helps you to run your business. So gradually, then I took the decision coming back to my family business. I studied it for a while, kept on thinking for other business models and doing all the research. But parallelly, what I found that if I invested in my own business in terms of time and finances, the returns were much more better. And it was much more easier also, I would say, because the format and the systems are already set. So getting into the existing system was much easier rather than creating one new, because today with the current scenario, we are a little restless on that thing, that something we start today, we want the results tomorrow. So that kind is little makes you irritated that if you are not getting the results or the financial results in a very short period, so you get kind of demotivated that my project is failed. Everything takes time. So Reliance today did not build overnight. A lot of us have read about it, and all big companies, you can name any, Aditya Birla or any good companies that has come across you. They always took time, but we only know the glamour part, because when we know them, they are pretty popular. They are present in the market, they have a public presence, they have a media presence, they are visible in all the television. So that is when we come to know about the company. Same is with our companies also, whatever level we start. So it takes time and patience. And if we are very keen on the product that we are doing, it is making us happy, we are very passionate about the product that we are developing. So I feel that the journey is always successful. There is no other mantra for that.
Thank you so much, Gagan sir. So we have questions coming in. So I'll start with the first question. And whoever is comfortable answering the question can answer any of one. So are there some online pages or service providers that can discuss and console a family business in the path to follow to win digitalization? So this is from Mr. Rubal Tuli.
See, I think there are no certain sets of pages or service providers, but yeah, there can be some consultants who can actually work on your who can suggest you some techniques and how you can improve your businesses, running businesses. But you talk about any manuals, so I don't think there are any manuals or pages which are there. So we can just say there are certain consultants who are like basically lawyers only, or maybe expertise in the field, which can help you in that, but no another manuals of that.
And I would like to add in that case, Rubal, you know what? Whenever you are transforming your family business, you are not restricted to ABC pattern. Like, it entirely depends on whatever family business you are in, and then how are you planning to transform. So it entirely depends upon your risk-taking capacity, how you are planning to implement things, and how much you're open to take the things from one part to another. So it entirely depends how you are open to that. So in this case, whenever you are planning, you should yourself make a proper plan and mission. Mission in that case, you should where you want to take your company 4 years down the line, and then implement the things accordingly. And then there are a lot of communities, and there are a lot of platforms where you can discuss and share your ideas and discuss about your target audience, and then you can take the things forward from there, because there can never be a drafted platform for a drafted book or drafted PPT for the same, because it's entirely different for each business, and it depends on that.
Right. Thank you, Kanav. Thank you, Guneet. So we have another question from Mr. Karan Sidhu. He wants to know, would you recommend any website where we can procure fabric online in India?
There are a lot of different websites. Like in the past 2 years, a lot of vendors who used to do who used to do bulk production of fabrics on in the traditional business. So we have a couple of vendors who started taking fabric from us and then putting it online, but they didn't get very good response in that case, because you can't figure out the quality of the fabric in that case. And then there's no return policy in this, because whenever you are dealing in, you are a manufacturer and you are dealing in fabrics, the quantities are huge. So you have to do sampling. So it's just a interface where you can show your products, take orders, but you have to do sampling in that case, because these are not things that are worth 500,000 rupees. These are, the orders are huge. So you have to be sure about quality, how you're putting the things. And in that case, sampling is must. So you can't directly buy fabrics online in that case, but there are a lot of websites who are just putting the products online and, fabrics online, and from where you can buy that.
Yeah. Thank you, Kanav. So we have another question from Mr. Sahib. He wants to know, how can I digitalize a farming spare part business when all the customers are either farmers or are from rural areas?
Okay, I'd like to answer that. Like I mentioned it before, Saib, digitalization is not just going online on digital marketing or probably selling your product through the online platforms. Digitalization in many other matters. So probably if your business is agriculture related, at least you digitalize internally. At least the product that you're manufacturing, you should have proper digital sheets in that term, that what is the costing of your product. It should not be a physical thing, but probably maybe an Excel would also do, where you just put the basic stats and you get the end result in that terms. You have those forms in that terms where you can just mention, okay, this is the price that I am coming, and if I increase my production in this matter, I can come down to this. Then you can do your accounting. Probably a lot of people are still following the basic ledger things and are consider them more trustable. But if you follow any good basic accounting software, or you can train in them, it is the online, even the taxation filing is so simple these days that it's just a basic step applying to it and gradually updating to it. Okay, now coming down to the point for the customer. So how to reach that customer in case we want to a digital platform who is farmer, who is uneducated. So as of now, obviously you cannot reach them. You obviously would need the basic formats, probably some hoarding formats or some television or radio formats where their presence is there, your customer's presence is there. So you have to choose the platform. But transformation is not just, again, I would repeat that thing. It's not just converting or selling products online. And even probably if one generation is very not well adapted with the technology, there is a big possibility that the younger generation, you see these days that how popular WhatsApp is, how popular TikTok is, how popular YouTube is. So you can use these modes for these kind of people, because even if they are not very, I would say, any application or any software, they are not very comfortable with any of these, but they are very comfortable with WhatsApp. They're very comfortable with TikTok, YouTube. So you can kind of make your promotional videos, share the links to them on their WhatsApp, and find a way out of it.
Right. Thank you, Gagan sir. I have a question from Kanav. तो कनव, एक जैसे अभी कोरोना की वजह से काफी कुछ खराब हो गया है. आई मीन बिजनेस बहुत गिर गए हैं, अभी नहीं चल रहे. और कनव ऑलरेडी आप 360 डिग्री ब्रांडिंग और ये सब प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो, तो क्या आपका, आई मीन इन दिस 3 months इज देयर अ हाइक इन योर बिजनेस? मतलब आपको लोग इस चीज के लिए अवेयर हो रहे हैं या अभी भी नहीं हो रहे हैं? व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से अबाउट इट?
You know what, this is the right time when people are getting their things online, because you know what, the normal mentality of the people is when they don't see the business coming, they have this thing, hum online kaam le lenge. But you know what, the market scenario is something like this ki sab log is time online aana chahte hain. 90% of the people in Amritsar, like textile manufacturer, because everybody wants in this case, because it's at same pace, because at once all these places like restaurants and then cafes, they won't do well in like coming 3 or 4 months. But simultaneously, other people, if they have a store in Amritsar, or if they have a retail shop in Amritsar, they would obviously want their online presence at this case, because a lot of people would be skeptical about stepping out of their house and going to different shops and buy things. So they would always prefer buying the things online. Like Amazon is a very good platform, but at the local level, if you have a brand value, they would obviously prefer that over Amazon. So in that case, if you have a local brand and that is also available online, anybody would prefer that. So I think this is the right time where people would prefer digitalizing their work and getting their products online.
Yeah.
Rajat,
Thank you, Kanav, for answering that. Yeah, Gagan, sir. Please.
yeah, there was another question. I think we missed on it on the Zoom
Oh,
platform.
we have two more questions.
Acha, okay.
Yeah, one is from Mr. Rubel and one is from Mr. Namit. Are you talking about the same
No,
question?
no. There was another one that said that sometimes in the traditional business, resistance sure comes from the core as they're very stubborn to change. So in that case, I would like to answer that I agree that it is very tough to change the core committee because they don't understand it. They are not very comfortable. They at times feel कि जी हो सकता है हमारा data ना lose हो जाए. For like my dad never wanted to shift to online banking because उनको यही था कि हम किसी scam में ना फंस जाएं, किसी मतलब we might not lose money in that format. हम credit cards ना ज़्यादा use करें कि उसके कोई scam में ना फंस जाए because we hear these kind of stories. So with the upcoming trends, the security is 3 level, 4 level in every bank that you can be pretty much sure there are 2, 3 passwords that you have to go through. There's an OTP that you have to go through that can be only done if that person is personally present and or their mobile or the passwords that they know. Only then they can do it. And you have to be aware that you need not share because हमें normally सुनने में आता है इतनी advertisement भी आती है where we get to know कि जी अपने personal data मत share कीजिए, अपने OTPs मत share कीजिए. So that is one thing. And now how to manage them is kind of set an example for them. अगर हमारे core कोई नहीं समझ रहा है, अगर हमारे कोई seniors नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं कि कैसे transformation हो या इसका कोई benefit होगा कि नहीं होगा, so it is better to do a small example in every format, give them some results, tell them how easy it is. For example, today my accounting software for my factory is on my mobile phone. So even if the accountant is absent, even because my dad doesn't do the billing, I do it. So I am the second option available. So he just switches on the computer and I can issue a bill directly from my mobile sitting at home or anywhere in the world rather. So now he's so happy with that technology that he kind of wants to adapt with every kind of technology that is available for his business. So that is the way कि एक बारी example set करेंगे, उन्हें करके दिखाएंगे, result जरूर अच्छा आएगा.
Right. Thank you, Gagan, sir. So we have two more questions right now. I'll just ask the questions from you. Yeah. So here is the question. Mr. Rubal Tuli wants to know what digitalization means to you, reaching your customers effectively or engaging robots to do work or both.
Yeah, and just
in that case, I would just like to correct it's digitization. Because you know what, digitization and digitalization are, they might sound similar, but they are totally different words. And if you are sure about digitization, I think Guneet can answer that. Otherwise, I would just like to state the difference between them after Guneet states the answer for that.
see, digitalization, when we talk about digitalization, we are more or less in like engaging new techniques, technology into our working, right? And if we talk about reaching out to customers, yes, it is digitalization. We are using digital platforms to reaching to the customers, new customers. And secondly, yes, we are also engaging robots in our working. Like we have our manufacturing of plastic containers. So we are using robots, we are using robotic arms, we are using electronic devices to enhance our working, to get our manufacturing business into ease. We are engaging those robots with the machinery which is using less manpower, which is giving us more productions out of it. So we cannot say a single thing like whether the customer engagement is digitalization or whether the robots. The both are involved in it. So if I think I am pretty clear for that.
Yeah. So anybody would like to add something, Kanav sir or Gagan sir?
No, I think he has stated it very well, because digitization is a part to digitalization, because like Gagan also stated in that case. For example, earlier we used to make manual books for accounting or doing basic things. Now we have Excel sheet. So that's a basic format for digitization. Like we used to have a page, but now we can just scan a normal PDF and just take it online, save it on a computer. So it's digitization. But taking this digitization to implement the things on a daily platform for different work, like for example, we have our We have a file saved on a cloud, or we have something saved anywhere and we can access it anywhere. So that's something that can be, that's called digitalization. So implementing digitization and to digitalize your business is something that is more important nowadays to transform your business.
Right. So thank you. And then we have we have another question, and there is a question from Mr. Namit Kapoor. He wants to ask your inputs on transforming a hardcore construction material supplying business.
See, I think you are saying how you want to get engaged with the digital platforms in selling your construction materials, if I'm not wrong. Say yes or no. That's what I'm able to get from your question. Okay.
Yes, he's saying yes.
Yes. So how, like, there are if you talk about construction industry, so there are a lot of crowdsourcing platforms which are involved in giving you information and selling the products online. So you can either use the crowdsource platforms, or else you can also go in for a app-based platform where you can just get your construction materials or whatever materials you are into, like selling. So you can just develop an app and you can supply it throughout the city or state or whatever, wherever you can supply it. If you are a crusher supplier, so that is basically is not a city based, that is a state based, or that can also involve from one state to the other state. So you can just get your database ready and get a app ready, and accordingly you can just supply those materials online. So there's no issue supplying the materials. And apart from that, if you are talking about other materials which are used in building, so we are procuring a lot of materials or products online. So there's complete digitalization involved in that.
Right. Thank you, Guneet. So we have a question from Mr. Rahul Behel and Mr. Amit Madan. It's the same question. So which accounting software do you use in your mobile? Gaganji, this question is for you.
Okay, for me, I'm using a local software that's Vision. So that's by a local company. The owner of the company is Mr. Avneet Singh Gulati. So I've been using his software. I was using Busy also, but then because they were little on the generic platform, and I needed more of a cheap customized solution for my company. So they've helped me out for that, and I've been using it for over probably 7-8 years now, and they have upgraded it every year. And now because of COVID also, since they had enough time, so they have altogether changed the entire format. And I would strongly recommend them. In case anybody needs, I'll just share a link or a contact with them.
And if you're looking for a platform like accounting software online that's very simple to use, I think QuickBooks is also a global national platform that you can use, because it's very user friendly. You can use it on your screen, and then you can do invoicing, estimates. Everything is online, so it's a very like, it has everything that you need to do on a regular basis. So if you don't want a very wide range like Tally or Busy, I think QuickBooks is the right software for you.
Right. Thank you, Kanav. So with this, we will end the questions. In the end, I would like to thank you, three of you, for taking out time, for putting up your hard work in making the presentation and giving us this webinar. So with this, I would like to end the webinar. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you, all the speakers, for giving us such a wonderful information.
Thank you. Thank you.